What the? Joey, man, it's Sunday. What are you doing here? Oh, we're here to film. That's right. I'll be right back. Maybe we could do a house tour since we got some extra time, all right? This is Sabrina's.
A few moments later.
Hey, Joey, come on in. We're going to do a house tour. All right. Well, this is the foyer to the house, and the first thing you'll notice is all the timber frames. This house was designed and built around this over 150-year-old antique timber frame from upstate New York. And I've always been in love with the timber frame architecture, so I decided, hey, now's our chance. We have some land, and we picked a barn frame out from a company down in Texas, and then we went ahead and did the design and built this house. Really, just the center section is the timber frame. And so when you walk in, this is the foyer, and we wanted some modern touches here, so I went with the stainless steel handrails. And then we kind of have our wall of photos over here, all right? And then I'll kind of take you into the living room here. All right, so this is just a big open concept. We wanted to entertain a lot, so we wanted a big living, dining, kitchen area. Over here, you'll notice just a lot of seating area. We wanted to maximize seating area here. And then over here is our dining room. And our dining room, again, we wanted to host a lot of people, so we took 2 tables, put them side by side. We can all spread it out if we had a lot of people. This is my pride and joy, this mesquite Lazy Susan. A mesquite is a really common wood in Texas, so this Lazy Susan reminds us of our heritage where we all came from here in Texas, where we just moved from. So this is our dining room, and this is just a little buffet area that we made here, just so we can serve food on. And then this is our kitchen. We'll come out here later. And our kitchen, my wife and I designed this, again, just to kind of maximize the ability to have a lot of people working on pies and foods and just everyone doing everything at once. We just wanted a lot of space. We went with kind of a double fridge, double freezer, just because we got 3 kids and we're always storing lots of food. Over here, you'll notice we have a little ice maker. That way they're not opening the freezer all the time, so we made a little dedicated ice maker for the kids. They're always getting ice. Over here is our range hood. You'll notice there's a little black mark over here because about a couple months ago, we actually got struck by lightning in this house. And the lightning bolt, a big old flash of lightning just came right out of that black area. And that's when we decided, man, maybe we need a lightning rod system. Whoever thinks about putting a lightning rod system in the house. And so because of that, we have a lightning rod system in the house just in case it happens again, because lightning does strike twice. So this is our kitchen, all right? You'll notice just before I take you into the next room, all of our lighting, the way we designed the lighting, wanted the lighting to kind of flow real natural with the architecture. So we put a lot of the lighting, we did the track lighting up on the beams, and then we have some mood lighting where we have what we call the barn lighting shooting up into the ceiling, get the nice, real cool looking shadows. And then I also wanted one huge fan, kind of like as a centerpiece to when you walk in. That fan just blows like crazy when you have it on full speed, and it just makes the whole room real nice and cool. All right, so let me show you into the pantryway. The pantryway is over here. So this pantry is huge. We didn't have any built-ins just because we wanted a lot of flexibility. And so we just kind of put a lot of these baker's racks here. And it's kind of a secret entrance into my wife's office. That way, Autumn, when she's working or doing whatever, she can check on the food really quickly and just have a shortcut. So this was a nice little secret passageway for her. I didn't want to have a ton of space in the house. I wanted to keep the house relatively small and simple. So you'll notice that the offices aren't overly huge. We try to use every space we can in our office. And these are east and west facing windows, so we kept them kind of small. We wanted a passive solar design. And so the house is primarily wide with south facing windows just to take advantage of solar south. All right, let's walk through here. This is my office, Command Central. This is one of the filming rooms that we do filming. This is kind of like a coat rack for guests. And then this is our guest room. Again, just a real simple guest room, maximizing the space here, not a lot of extra space. Really small closets so that guests don't stay a little bit too long. You know, if you have too big of a closet, they might be here permanently. So we got small closets, small little guest room here. Over here is our guest bathroom. Again, real simple. And you'll notice I try to pick colors that were timeless, that wouldn't go out of fashion. So yeah, on the one hand you could say boring, but I made so many decisions building this home that this was actually good to kind of limit my decisions. So all of the counters in the bathrooms are pretty much the same. The tile is a little different in each bathroom, but for the most part, this silestone that I picked, or quartz, I'm sorry, is the same in every bathroom. And you'll also notice that I did a curbless shower. So when they did the shower, I eliminated the curb just to kind of keep a real smooth look. Or when I get old and I'm in a wheelchair, I can just roll right in. All right, so that's this bathroom. So there's the master bedroom on the other side. On this side, this is right above the garage. We were able to fit 2 offices, a pantry, a guest bedroom, and a bathroom all on top of the garage, which is pretty efficient use of space, if I don't say so myself. So over here, on top of the other wing of the house, is the master. So in the master bedroom, again, it's good size, I'm not complaining, but it's not what you see these days where it's like so huge, you have a sitting area and you have all this wasted space. So we try to keep things pretty compact. This is my closet, big enough for me with my pull-up bar. That's how I got so buff, in case you're wondering, you know, how I got so buff. Window seat, my wife always wanted a window seat. She doesn't use it a lot now that I built it in for her, but maybe it's because there's no cushion and it's not really soft, so that's the next project. There's our neighbor's yard, usually keep those closed. We have a nice view into our backyard with the animals that we got back there. So this, a lot of light in this room. Again, not a lot of wasted space. We don't have any dressers. We just use our closets. We try to simplify as much as we can. My wife's closet here is on the right. And if you look over here on the left, we see a bathtub that we don't use very often. So we wanted to get something, again, simple, compact, and not too expensive, just because didn't want to put a lot of money into a tub we don't use. And then over here, I did the shower, similar, you know, all glass with this real simple tile. Didn't want to get too ornate with the tiles. Just kind of keep it a pretty simple color palette. And I want to show you the bathroom because this is another one of my pride and joys. I call this the Edward Louis cutout. Just kind of thought it would be cool if we had something that was built in, where the towel roller is not sticking out and people are bumping into it and peeing on it. And then, you know, you have a place for an extra roll and then just kind of magazines. So I did that in all the bathrooms too. Nice little custom touch that I came up with. Let's see, what else in here? Oh, one thing to notice is the lights are hung from the ceiling because these are all SIP panel construction. So SIP panel is not your typical stick frame construction where you can go and run wires through the walls. These walls are all styrofoam. So again, very tight house. And so because it's all styrofoam back here, we ran the wires from the top, and that's why these are drop-down pendants. All right, let's go out and I'll take you out to the back deck, actually. I'm going to open up these back doors here, and this is one of the splurges, is building this whole wall of doors, and I'm just going to open up these. And we would love to do this more often. It's rare in Virginia that the weather is temperate enough where you could just leave these open all the time. You're always worrying about bugs or it's too cold or too hot. But this weather's perfect. It's like in the high 40s, 50s, even 60s would be great. It's not a lot of humidity. The goal would be to screen this back patio or this back deck in. That way we can open these doors up a little bit more. So again, this is passive solar design. So you'll notice huge amount of windows allowing the southern sun that is lower in the winter to really warm up the house. And then we have an overhang so that in the summer, it blocks the sun. So passive solar design, we purposely built it this way to take advantage of the sun and the way it is in the wintertime and summertime. Out here, you'll notice that the deck extends, it includes the last bent of this barn frame. There's 4 bents, they call these bents. So this is the 4th bent, and it's gonna be outside here on the deck. And just a real cozy little place that we love to just hang out. And again, just look at our crazy animals chasing each other. And then we got some gas lights here that we bought. These are, I think the ones they use over there in New Orleans. And the company makes the same gas lanterns for that. We have a little heater over here for keeping this place warm, but the ceilings are so high that the heat just kind of runs out. So that is not as effective as I thought it was going to be. All right, so we are done with the top of the house. Let's make our way downstairs. Okay, now we're about to head downstairs and check out the lower level. The floor choice we used was hickory. We liked hickory wood, looked really nice, the kind of lighter and the darker colors. But downstairs, you notice we just have polished concrete. So there's really no flooring that we put on top of the concrete. This is the foundation. And all we did was polish it down to where you can see some of the aggregate. If you're not careful and you're running around, it could get slippery. So, but I love the look. Again, it's just kind of a Texas thing that we brought with us, since that's kind of where our roots are from. So we're down here kind of in the mini foyer. And if you look to the right, this is going to be my daughter's room. They share a room. Hey, girls. Hi. Say hi to the camera.
Hi.
What do you girls like best about your room?
I like the swings. I like my bed.
You like your bed, all right. You'll notice that the barn frame continues down here. And so we basically raised the barn to make 2 levels. And they did what's called a scarf joint. So you'll notice that here there's a little joint right here that they added more antique wood to the barn frame. So they did a really good job just kind of matching it. But that way we can have high ceilings in both the basement and of course upstairs. So this is the girls' room. And I want to show you the biggest beam in the house. It's called the swing beam. So look behind you over here, right on top. This swing beam is the largest beam in the house. It goes from one end all the way to the other end and through those walls. So we're gonna take a look at that. Look how thick that is. Just one big piece of timber. And everything is traditional joinery. So it all connects. It's not just hanging on that little ledge there. People are like, what if that falls? But it's actually all the way through this vertical piece here. So we're gonna come out and take a look at my son's room. This is Joshua's room. Joshua's room is the blue room here. He's got a little window well, and he doesn't have to share a room, of course. You'll notice because we're in the basement, it's easy for basements to get really dark. So we've tried as much as possible to, on the back end, for example, it's a walkout. And when you look above all the doors, there are transom windows. So all of these doors have transom windows to kind of help light pass through from room to room and keep the basement as bright as possible. All right, so let's go see the kids' bathroom. Hopefully it's clean. All right, kids' bathroom, the double sinks, hanging pendants, kind of keeping with that same look. Edwards' famous built-in toilet roll holder. And over here is their shower. I was going to think about not having a door, but I'm glad I did because they splish splash a lot. And again, we just kind of kept this pretty simple, very simple color palette that hopefully does not ever go out of style. So this is the kids' bathroom. Let's head on out to the game room. The game room is over here. And just a real simple, small room where, you know, this is a little pull-out bed when they have friends over. Have a little game room closet over here. Just kind of stick all their games and books that we have. And then this is really cool. This is this is the original ladder to the barn. So you notice it's kind of a real traditional ladder. I haven't found a cool way to display it, so I just kind of stuck it in this corner for now, and it's been here for a couple of years. All right, and then so this is the TV. They just kind of watch here. We watch movies and play games. This is what we call the farm store. Now you'll notice the flooring is the same flooring, but it's not polished. And this is how it looks unpolished. That's how it looks polished. And this is the farm store where we can have people come in. The original intent of this property was to make it a little farm. People come in, they get their eggs, buy their meats and all that stuff. So far we only got to the eggs part. We're a little bit too busy for the meats part, so we'll probably stick with that. So they come in here, the door behind you locks, so we have privacy and security. They come in here and they open the egg fridge, grab their eggs. You notice they just kind of initial off when they get their eggs. We did egg shares where they would commit to like a 12-week period. Plenty of freezers for meats. We had pigs on the property once, so when we butchered them, the freezer space was important. We did like a cow share once. But now we're kind of simplifying, and if you need an extra freezer, hit me up. I got one for you. All right, so what do we have here? This is just kind of like the storage game room where we play ping pong and foosball. And again, I just love the high ceilings. This is the room right below the master bedroom. So this is the other wing of the house. I want to show you the mechanical room. The mechanical room is pretty cool. I know most people don't talk about the mechanical room, but me being in real estate, I find that interesting, and I hope you do too. So this is the mechanical room. And plumbers and HVAC guys love me because they're not like squished in a little closet. They have actually space to work. So over here we have the dehumidifier. We're about to put in a humidifier too because my daughters have real dry skin. We have the Carrier Infinity unit over here. Sump pump in the back. Nothing too exciting to look at there. This is all of our propane. So all of our propane, we have a 1,000 gallon propane tank. So we're pretty self-sustaining. We got a well, we have a septic, we have propane. The only thing we don't have is electric. That's the only thing we get and we have to pay for. Water treatment system over here, and over there we have our tankless water heater. The one thing I wanted to show you here was these walls. These are called superior walls. So again, building that really tight envelope, this is a precast product. So they built this basement in just one day. They just threw it up in one day, and all of this was designed and built in a factory setting. So they put this up in one day, all really tight, insulated, and on top, spray foam, and then you have the sit panels, those styrofoam panels I was telling you about with OSB on either side of it. So it's a very tight home. I don't think our utility bill ever has gone above $200. It's pretty good. All right, so we're done here, and we're gonna head outside, so follow me out to the mudroom. This is the mudroom. This is where we come in from the garage, and the lights are automatic here, so you come in, because there's no windows, so that's why we just made sure that the lights open automatically, turned on automatically. This is our farm sink, so we wash our eggs here when we collect the eggs. And then, let's see, this is pretty neat. This is the original picture of the barn. So you see that this was the original barn in upstate New York, the red crackle siding that you'll see up in our roof. We used that up in the rafters. And inside of this barn is the barn frame. Over here we have this little fridge, kind of like a little storage area as well. We put the dog's food there if she doesn't finish eating the food, or we put some eggs in there just to store it temporarily. So we got a lot of fridges in this place. And then of course we've got this built-in, which is great. Kids come in here, throw their shoes, throw their coats, their backpacks. This is cleaned up, so it definitely doesn't look like this all the time. I hope you enjoyed the home tour and final culmination of our 3-part Compton Road construction series. Hit the link in the corner of this video if you missed that and want to see how this home was built. In our next video, we'll give you a tour of the outside and take you to the back 2 acres of our property and show you where the animals hang out. Stay tuned for the farm tour, and don't forget to subscribe. This is your favorite homeboy, signing out.